Hey, it's Ray, and I'm making fitness simple, and this is the Harop curl, one of the best hamstring exercises you could do, and I'm going to show you how to do it right meow. You can do this exercise anywhere. If you have a weight bench, you're laughing, but most people that are doing something body weight are doing it because they don't have equipment. So I want to show you how to do it anywhere, and so hey, I'm in my living room here. This chair back here, just slide your feet underneath it. And just like this. Now I have a little bit of weight on here because this chair is light, but if you have a heavier chair or anything that's solid that you can get your feet underneath, you're laughing. Slide them underneath like that. Now, the further back you keep your hips, the easier it's going to be for you. So if you're just starting out, keep your hips back, and I have very weak hamstrings, hence why I've been doing some research into the Harop curl, also called, when the hips are straight and you go all the way down, that's called a Nordic curl then, but this Harop curl is a great, well, almost went for a spill. The Harop curl is a great way to get started towards the more advanced Nordic curl. And like I said, since my hamstrings are weak, this is a really good one for me to be able to throw in whenever I think about it to get some extra work in and build up that posterior chain. Now, before I keep going though, why is the posterior chain so important? Well, if these stop firing back here from sitting all day or driving or just being inactive, these get tight. And when your hip flexors get tight, they pull on your lower back. And when that happens, you get lower back pain. So a lot of times when you think you should be stretching your hip flexors, you really need to be strengthening up your posterior chain. So that's what I'm doing now with these Harop curls, and that's what you can do too. So get in here like so, put your feet underneath there. Further back your hips are, the easier it is. You can keep your hands out here just for security if you feel like you need it, right? And you can just lower down like this. So there's no fear there about pushing the hips through if you've got your hands here and your hips really far back, and you can feel the calves, hamstrings, and glutes all fire as they push the hips through. Now, as you feel more secure, you can just keep your hands back here and you can just touch and come back up. And I'm not saying you shouldn't keep your hands there because it might be a good idea all the time. Now, as you get better on these, you'll start pushing the hips further and further forward, and you can still bend, but your hips are just a little bit further forward now, right? And so it gets a little bit harder. And as you build up your strength more, you might want to, let's just say maybe you get up to 3 sets of 8 or something like that. With the hips bent, you move them forward, and you got your hips locked out pretty much. As soon as you lean forward here, you can start to feel the tension. Now you're starting to work into what most people would call the Nordic curl, and then you can keep your hands there, keep your hips extended, break it, and then a little bit of a back break there if you're not strong enough. Some people call it the razor curl, but they're all kind of interchangeable. It depends on at what point that the exercise becomes popular, what people are calling them. But anyway, you got it. The basics of the Harop curl here. Just get your feet underneath something solid. Put your hips wherever your strength curve allows you to come down so that this is bent and stretched. And then with the power of your posterior chain to lift your body up. There you go. And squeeze those puppies. Stretch all this out. Now sometimes I like to reach my hands back and push through even more, and now you're seeing something that looks like the camel pose. Get a little stretch, get a little activation, really fixing up this whole area. I hope that helps for the Harop curl. If you have any questions, let me know below, and yeah, I'll answer them for you. I'm Ray, making fitness simple.